town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Epic Smasher. Should I check the mic just in case?
Yes, you should. 1000%.
Because for whatever reason.
That's not even a question.
No, it's on Blue Snowball. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, you guys? It's your boy, Epic Smasher. And today is Motivational Monday. You guys know what time it is. How was your guys' day? What's the word? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Oh, you know what? We're supposed to go right here. Boom. Bada boom, bada bang. Okay. We actually have like 40 minutes left. There we go. 4K Ginny! Yeah, I know 4K Ginny. 4K Ginny says, yo, do you remember me? I won your giveaway a couple years ago. Let's go! You a legend, bro. You a legend. How was that? What did you get gifted, bro? What did you get gifted, mate? Okay. They got The Walking Dead in the shop today. A Ferrari? I see you. Okay. Welcome, 4K Ginny. Welcome, everybody. I need to share the stream. For whatever reason, TikTok is down right now for me. So it's not coming up. Raul says, what is the timer for? Raul, that is how much time is left on the stream. I typically live stream for an hour. Today, I have to go pick up my kids at 7, so I'm on a very restrictive time frame. Unless somebody extends the stream, then what will happen is I will end the stream, come back after I pick up my kids, and go live again. So anyone can extend the stream. Every $25 extends the stream by an hour. For every $1 you guys donate, in the month of August, we are donating every $1 to Team Water, which helps one person. For every $1, it helps one person have clean and sustainable water for a year. So we've raised $135 this far, which is amazing. Here we go. A Fortnite gun? A Fortnite gun? What you mean, like a rap? What is that on?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
It's working?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't shut it down? I did shut it down. Well, let me bring it back up. I literally shut it down. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't even know that. What the heck? Let's go into my live stream. Okay, sweet. Sherry, Jay Reese, Brad. What's up, my people? How's it going? XMT, Sherry's here as well. Beautiful stuff. What up, Jay Reese? Yeah, Sherry says, what up, Smasher? Jay Reese says, and we're here. The trio's here. You guys, today is Motivational Monday. Simon, welcome. Cam, JJK. No, like a Nerf gun. I got you a Fortnite Nerf gun, bro? I'm that cool, bro? How did that work out? How did I do that? I don't even remember, bro. How did I get you a Fortnite gun, dude? How did that work out? That's crazy that I did that. Jared says, what's good? All the great things, y'all. Today is Motivational Monday. If you guys don't know what's going on, say you don't know what's going on in the chat. Today is Motivational Monday. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, cool. So today is Motivational Monday. You guys can all ask questions in the chat. We're currently answering questions from the week before. Anybody who puts in our Discord, there's a link. Anybody who puts in a question, we answer it the following week. I do not see these questions. Ben is the only one who sees these questions until the very moment of. So if you guys ask questions, I'm going to answer it very authentically. It's going to be right on the spot. So as you guys know, for every Motivational Monday, it's been crazy. Amazing advice going out. A lot of people impacted. So it's only going to continue to grow. It's only going to continue to get amazing. So if you guys have questions and you want it to be anonymous, make sure you go in the Discord. The Discord's going to give you the ability to stay anonymous, but you can still fill it out. If you want to go ahead and ask a question in the chat, you can. I'm going to give you a different perspective, a little bit of motivation, and a lot of optimism. Hoo-wee! Here we go. I am ready. Y'all ready? If you guys are ready for the first question, put me in the chat. If y'all are ready for the first question, put me in the chat. Jay Reese says, motivate the hell out of us. Reese, you hilarious, bro. 4K say you shipped it to me. Dang! I'm cool, bro. I'm cool. That's really cool, bro. I didn't know that. What Fortnite gun was it? Was it like a Scar? What kind of Fortnite gun was this? Kim smashing that like button. Oh, Brian joined. How can I be? Welcome. Sherry says, I'm always ready. All right, bet. We're jumping in it then. It was a scar? Dang, bro. Was it blue or golden? Ben Fuller says, oh, okay. Here we go. First question's out. You guys ready? Ben Fuller says, yo, what's up, Ben? All right. Oh, ow. First question says, well, health is wealth. So what are some things that you do to help you stay active / healthy? Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. I'm a very healthy and very active individual in the gym. So that's a great question. That's a great question. The individual is saying health is wealth. So what are the things that you do to help you stay active and healthy? So I love this question. This is great. Hakanabe says, yes, you are, Timothy. You're built like a Greek god. That's a funny one, Hakanabe. That is a funny one. A blue scar? Let's go, Shani. That's cool. That's cool. I love that, dude. That is so baller. We got him, Hakanabe. We definitely got him. All right, so back to the question. How the question is, health is wealth, which it is. Health is wealth. What are some of the things that I do to help keep me active and stay healthy? I have a routine. The routine that I do is I wake up at 5 in the morning because it's when my testosterone is at its highest. So I wake up early in the morning. I will eat some oatmeal and ideally some protein with it if it's a possibility. So I will eat some oatmeal that'll give me some carbs to be able to work off in the gym, have something that's fueling me. And then I go immediately to the gym. I will work out super, super heavy. And what that means is I do a program currently called Athlean X. And this program is built by Jeff Cavalier. Jeff Cavalier is a physical therapist and a personal trainer for the New York Jets. He's an absolute legend and offers a lot of variety to the workout. So I'm not just doing compound movements or simple movements in the gym. I'm doing a lot of things that people typically don't see. And I am consistently getting looks in the gym, people coming up to me asking, certain questions on how they can help with their form or technique or what that workout is or whatever that may be. And I challenge myself. Every time I'm in the gym, I challenge myself. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, hey, you got more in you. That last set you did, you could do more on this next set. And I'll really just overanalyze as I'm working out and just like, dude, you got more in you. I'll consistently just channel myself, and I'll consistently almost talk shit to myself in a good way. I won't say bad things. I'll be like, yo, hey, you got more in you, dude. Like, you can pump out way more. And I get up there and I pump out way more. And I go to failure. I believe that if you're not challenging yourself every time you step in, and this is my personal belief, y'all. This is just something that I repeat to myself, so you don't have to do this. But when I go to the gym, I think of myself like Goku. Goku powers up. Every time he just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Every experience gets him better and better. So I'll think of that last rep that I did and I'll be like, dude, you could have pumped out a little bit more. Come on. So I'm always just pumping myself up in my head and just thinking myself as Goku and thinking, dude, you got so much more capability. Don't fall short. Somebody out there is doing that extra rep, and that's me. I'm going to do that extra rep. Somebody out there's pumping out more than they did that previous rep. That's me. I'm doing that. There's somebody out there who doesn't skip ab day, who doesn't skip leg day, who doesn't skip, push and pull day. That's me. I'm that guy. I'm going to consistently be consistent. I'm going to consistently challenge myself. Just like each and every single one of you guys have the ability to challenge yourself. It's just in what way do you want to? I love challenging myself physically, mentally, emotionally. I want to grow on every level. So staying active has many sources. Staying healthy has many sources. So the routine is important. I go out and I allow my eyes to see the sun early in the morning. I go out and I take a walk. I go out and I breathe and I allow fresh air to be able to process through these lungs. I do things that typical people don't want to do. There's times where in my head, I'm like, man, I don't want to do this. But I do it because it's needed. If I want to see that success, if I want to see that better version of me. I am extremely, extremely hard on myself. For good reason. Because I can handle it. But I talk amazing to myself. I'm hard on myself, but I talk amazing to myself. And what I mean is like, I might be like, yo, you got more in you, but I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you're, calling myself names. I'm out here encouraging myself. I'm out here being my biggest hype man. So staying active is a mindset. Staying active is, for instance, if you stop using it, you lose it. If you just keep repeating that to yourself, if I stop doing this, I'm going to lose it. If I stop learning a language, if I know a language and I stop using it, over time, I'm probably going to lose certain aspects of that language. If I stop doing squats in the gym, I'm probably going to lose the balance that's needed to be able to live a longevity type of life. It's important to care about your health. You have people around you who want the best version of you, and you can't give it to them if you're sick. You can't give it to them if you're weak. You can't give it to them if you're consistently in that fight or flight. People around you, whether you know it or not, are looking up to you. Whether they're young or older, it doesn't matter. Give them something to look forward to. Give them something to look up to. Be that inspiration. Every day I go into the gym, I'm like, yo, somebody out there needs me to be in that gym and just give them a little bit of advice, give them a little bit of pointer on formation. So that way they don't get hurt. That way they don't give up. That way they don't burn out. I love being healthy. I love being active. It starts with a routine. Find out what your routine is. Mine's breathing, seeing the sunlight, grounding, yoga, meditation, reading a book, working out, eating healthy, meal prepping, consistency. Take your life and your health serious. Be disciplined so you can live longer. But enjoy life. Do it in a fun way. Challenge yourself in a fun way. You got it. JD, welcome. B Honeybee, I see you. B Honeybee says, hopefully I haven't missed my question if it was picked. I don't know. Has it been chosen yet? We did our first question. He says no. Hakanabe says, why were none of my questions picked? Hakanabe, usually if questions are not picked and they're skipped through, it's because it didn't apply to what the topic is. I don't talk political. I don't answer things that are political. I want to keep things that are just going to give different perspective, mindsets, motivation. If it's political, if it's something that doesn't apply in that sense, it's going to get filtered. I'm not going to answer those. He's going to determine that because I don't know until this moment. So, how can it be? I would urge you to ask questions that are more towards helping you through life. How can I help you through life? That's why I'm here. And ask questions that's going to give you the ability to get closer to your dream, your passion, the best you. That's how I'm going to be able to help and serve you. The honeybee says a hot seat. Yeah. Honeybee says, how can it be? It's a random pool. It is also a random pool. That is true. Marinara says, hello, beautiful people. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Welcome, Marinara. Oh, we got legends in the house. Everyone from start to finish, whether you joined the stream right when it started or you're here now, I freaking love you. I freaking love you. Okay, let me split these up. Boom. 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 Okay. La 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 la. Okay. We are ready for the next question. Here we go. The next question. Once I can get this. Oh, didn't mean that. How do I see the chat, bro? Picture, enhance, orientation, theater mode. Hang on. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. No, it didn't show up. Okay, I can't see chat right now. Hang on, mates. Okay, there we go. Jay Reese says Marinara might be the GOAT. Honey says, hi, bestie. Marinara says, hey, gorgeous. Marinara says, Jay Reese, nah, that role is already taken by the best. You. There we go. Good vibes. I like that. I like that. All right, next question is, what do you do when you feel like you're always giving in a relationship, but not getting the same effort back? Ooh. Okay. So what do you do when you feel like you're always giving in a relationship, but not getting the same effort back? First, expectations. Try not to have expectations of anybody, because when you have expectations of people, they're bound to disappoint you. So try not to have expectations. That's the first part, I would say. If you are giving your all, let's say their 100% may not look anywhere near your 100%, but they're giving their 100%. It may not look the same, but maybe they're giving their all. So, but then let's say that you're giving your absolute most in a relationship and you feel as if they're not giving the same effort back. You got to ask yourself, is it because they're choosing to? Is it because they don't care? Is it because they do care? Like, in what way? Do you sense that they do care and they are putting in effort? It's just not nearly as much as you can give because you have the ability to give 100% and maybe their life just doesn't allow that at the moment? If they're actually trying, that's one story. If you're actually giving your absolute all and you can sense that they just don't care and want to give that same effort, you got to ask yourself, is that okay with you? Are you okay with that treatment? Is that something you want to live with forever? If you can see the pattern in how it is now, is that pattern going to continue or even get worse? Or will it get better? You got to ask those things. Then, if you ask and you determine that that individual is not putting in the effort and they truly don't care, and that is not okay with you, that's the point where you either put the boundary in place and you say, hey, I'm noticing that I'm putting a lot of effort in, and in order for me to continue with this relationship, I want that same effort back. It can look different. It can definitely look different, because what somebody's willing to do is probably not what you're willing to do sometimes. So it can definitely look different. But talking about it, bringing up your concerns. If that person doesn't know, how can you fault them? If you don't talk about something that's bugging you, you create a rupture. And if that rupture gets too big, you tend to go the other way. So as soon as something happens, you have to bring it up. Because guess what? That rupture just made a little slit. And then there's another way that they just don't care for you in the way that you do. Then another rupture comes in. And then it just becomes this ever-flowing rupture of things that have not gotten addressed because you weren't strong enough to bring up something that meant so deep to you. Bring up your concerns when you have them, because when you're bringing them up, that person can either show up or step down. If you don't give that person a chance, if you don't communicate and let them know where they're falling short, they can never make that change because they'll never know. Unless they're consciously self-addressing, if they're self-analyzing themselves. They're like, hey, I can do better. I know in ways I can do better. Cool, that's an awesome, amazing person that can do that. So some people don't have that ability. But it's important to bring it up. It's important to have that communication. It's important to let them know so that way they can make that choice if they want to step up or they want to step down. And then it's up to you from that point to decide, okay, they did step up. I'm going to continue this because they're actually learning from this. Or this person clearly doesn't care enough or doesn't have the ability in that moment to step up in that way. And you got to find out, is this something that they're just not willing to do and that's the deal breaker? Or is this something that they're just not capable of doing in this moment because of their environment? And how can you help and cater that so they can show up in that way? So communicate. Let your concerns be known so the ruptures don't spread. Communication is key. Putting boundaries in place and allowing that person to understand your perspective. Boom. Let's see here. Going back to chat. Let's see. Marinero says communication is key. Yes, communication is key. B Honey says, I can say communication is the glue to a healthy relationship. Communication is important, guys. You need it. I'm glad that you guys are literally. Communication is the most important. It's a foundational piece. If you don't communicate, you're eventually going to separate. Let's see here. What do you mean? Okay, Team Money. Or B Honey says, going on a 4 years and we've had major ups and downs. Love doesn't show up immediately. You could have that feeling, you can have that endorphin, you can have that sense, and you very well maybe have that ability to go full in and create love from that. Love happens in the ups and downs and over time. You gotta have those moments. It's important. Jay Reese says, just agree with the miss, safe bet. Not always. Not always. You gotta stand your ground. You gotta hold your chest out sometimes, and you gotta say how you feel. The woman is gonna tell you how she feels. And I sure hope. She's gonna tell you her concerns in most cases. Sometimes you gotta read through the lines. However, in most cases, it's gonna be known. It's gonna be known where you can improve. Don't be shy and think that you're weak because you're bringing up something that's vulnerable to you, to a female. Don't be afraid to say how you're feeling, even if it's the opposite of your significant other, and that's male or female, guys. Doesn't matter. Bring it up. Otherwise, you're just going to have to deal with it. Or you're going to have to get rid of that person. And sometimes that's not the answer. Sometimes it is. Here we go. Honey says, Jay Reese, I wouldn't agree. Oh, I wouldn't agree with that truly. Sometimes it's the women who are emotionally unavailable. It can happen. It can happen. Men have to take care of themselves too. It's true. You have to. You have to. There's so many perspectives to that. And it's a very beautiful moment when a woman understands how men have to kind of shelter their feelings of being vulnerable. When a woman can understand and allow a individual to show up in a way that they can speak and they don't have to feel like they're going to be reprimanded. It's a swaying door. If somebody makes you feel like you can't talk about those things, eventually over time, it's going to create these, once again, these ruptures. If you don't speak about something, it's going to start weighing on you. It's going to start weighing on you over time. And that weight is eventually going to break. And you're going to either have a moment that you didn't want to happen, where you say things you didn't want to say, because you ultimately just haven't said them over time. So you just get to this big moment where you explode. We shouldn't allow ourselves to get to those moments. How you prevent those from happening is by speaking and clearing your mind. You don't always have to express it to the individual. Sometimes it's internal. Sometimes it's like happiness. Happiness doesn't come from your partner. Happiness comes from within. Your partner can service that emotion, can help that emotion come up, like with the endorphins. My significant other can give me the endorphin of happiness, but happiness ultimately comes from within. So if you're just not going to talk about things and you're going to subconsciously just let them build up, you're not going to create happiness. You're going to create regret. You're going to create animosity. You're going to create a grudge against that person because you're not allowing these things to be addressed. So please speak. Don't be afraid. Have a conversation. Don't raise your voice. Allow it to be back and forth in a good way. Here we go. That's right. Marinero says, some days I'm at 75%, and she says some days her husband's at 25%. It always fluctuates. There it goes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. There's some days you can be at the lowest of the low and your person's at 100%, and you guys got to kind of just help. It's okay. Max, what up, Max? Max says, hey man, just wanted to remind you that you are unbelievably loved. What did Max say? Hey man, just wanted to remind you that you're unbelievably loved. Oh, sweet, Max. Yo, right back at you. Great job, Ben. 100%. That is 100%. You guys throw W's out in the chat for Ben to reply on that, and put W's in the chat for Max coming in here and being vulnerable and allowing people to feel good about themselves. Max, you're unbelievably loved as well. Thank you. Marinero says, biggest advice I've ever learned is you are partners, not opponents. That's exactly right. We're fighting for the relationship, not against the relationship. And if somebody comes into your life and they're not fighting for your relationship or are for your relationship, they should be out of that relationship. So if you have a partner and they have friends, and those friends are trying to get that individual out on the streets, they're clearly not for your relationship. They shouldn't be a part of that relationship. Keep them out. Here we go. Honeybee says, you two against the problem, not you two against each other. Yes. Dragon Ball Z says, do you watch YouTube Happy? I've never, I don't know what that is. I'll have to take a look. What's your favorite YouTube? Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast Philanthropy. Specifically. Jay Reese says, I'm sure Epic doesn't have this issue. No women gonna risk losing the goat. You guys, I am very in tune. I've went through my issues in the past. It's all learning. It's all a learning experience. You know, you got to go through things. Experience leads to wisdom. Okay, I'm so wise because I went through it. Right? I went through all the experiences. We don't got to get on that end, but 100%, it is on both parties. It is on both parties. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. In my end as well, I don't want to lose my partner. Yeah, does my partner want to lose me? Absolutely not. I'm a great fucking dude, great freaking dude. But I also don't want to lose my partner. I chose my partner for a reason. She's absolutely amazing. She's an angel. She's beautiful. She has a great personality. When I'm not at 100%, she lifts me up. When we get off a conversation, it's all amazing. It's all great. She doesn't take energy, she gives. I don't take energy, I give. As long as I'm for the relationship and she's for the relationship, this is great. Marinera says, love how you are passing it down to your boys. It was so sweet to hear. Thank you. Thank you. And just as a little background story, like I got married to my kid's mom. And I was married for like 11 years, guys, and I went through all the highs, the lows. And I ultimately decided to separate because the core values didn't align. I'm a very traditional dude. The values didn't align, and that's okay. We're great co-parents. But you have to know where each other stands. Yeah, I was divorced. Yeah. And I'm very, very much so happy. I'm me personally, it's not for everybody to get a divorce, guys. But for me, I didn't ever think I was ever going to get a divorce. I'm not one of those type of people. I thought if I'm going to get married, I'm going to stay married. But if core values, if you believe, if you have your beliefs and they don't align, over time, you're going to have to separate, just like those ruptures that I said, right? I'm a very religious man. If the other individual's not religious, there might be a division there. It might cause a division. If one person is a very traditional individual and and the other isn't, well then hey, that could cause a split over time. So to me I'm very much so happy that we made that decision and I decided to get a divorce, because ultimately it allows my relationship with my kids to be even better, and it was always great. But when you have two parties and they're just bumping head, that is not okay for kids to see. And I kept it away from them as much as possible. But it's very important to talk about things so that way they don't get out of hand. So I'm very thankful for where I'm at. I learned a lot. I have a lot of experience that can help individuals throughout their life and throughout their relationships. I've helped many people in the past find relationships and find their love and find their partner because I have so much experience. I have so much wisdom in that end. So if you, for even the slightest, know that this is your forever person, give it your absolute all in every situation. So that way, if it does ever come to an end, that you're not blaming yourself, that you're not hard on yourself, that you're like, I gave it my absolute all. And if it ended, I'm okay because I did everything I needed to do. I showed up the way I needed to show up. And at the end, nobody can say I did anything wrong. And that's cool. We all learn. In a relationship, it's not one side. The one person didn't just do everything wrong. It takes two to tango. I'm a great dude, but I could have been even better. All of us can. And that's one thing you will always hear me say, is I'm not the best version of myself. The best version of myself is 10 years down the road, just like Matthew McConaughey says. I'm an amazing person right now, but I'm not the best version of me. The best version of me is 10 years down the road. And guess what? 10 years ago, I was the best version of me then. But still, 10 years down the road is the best version of me at that moment, right? And I'm there. I'm in that moment. But am I the best? Sure, I'm great. I'm amazing. And I can still be better. On my deathbed, when I'm 90, when I'm 100, I could even be 200, 300, 400. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe a vampire bites me and I turn into something. I don't know. That'd be cool. But with that being said, even on my deathbed, I'm going to be learning. I'm going to be growing in some way, shape, or form. I'm looking forward, not to death, but I'm looking forward to always growing. Here we go. Let's see here. Reese, you the boss. Marinero says, takes very good people to be able to come together for the kids after heartbreak. So that's awesome. It's true. So how can it be says, so you just talk about how much you love her, then you say you got a divorce. I was talking about my partner. I'm talking about my partner. She's absolutely amazing. I am in the talking stage. All the great things, my friends. So, all amazing things. I got a divorce to the kid's mom. She's an amazing woman. She's an amazing mother. There's nothing wrong on that end. I will never talk bad about anyone. There's no need to. She's a great person. How can it be? Says Smasher. Thoughts on Peterbot video? Not my scene. I don't know what he said. I don't know. I seen little clips where people are just saying things, but I actually haven't seen the video of what he said. So I don't know what he said or how that goes. Good publicity, bad publicity is publicity. So he's clearly getting attention. I don't know how that works or what he said, to be honest. So he said the hard R. What's the hard R? I don't know what that means. Your phone died. No. What's a hard R? I don't even a cuss word that starts with an R. I don't know. What does that mean? Okay, moving on. I don't know what that means, but I don't want to stop there. Here we go. Catherine says, hi. What up, Catherine? Twix says, yo, can you add me? I think you added the wrong count. Yo, Twix, add code smashers. Add code smashers. Here we go. Going on to the question. What? Is that 2 or is that 1?
It's character limits, so it's about the same thing.
Okay.
Question.
I'm like, what's going on there? Okay, here we go. The next question is, how do I learn to love myself again when I've grown to dislike myself so much? Losing myself in becoming a mother and wife has drained my self-worth, care, and personal image. When I look in the mirror, I see it. Whoa, I am getting goosebumps. That's actually kind of crazy. Not crazy as in a statement, but this is tough. This is real. When I look in the mirror, I see a ghost. Wow. First off, so much empathy and compassion has rolled through my body in this moment, seeing this question. I got goosebumps all over my body as I was reading that. So I want you to know that you are loved and you are an amazing individual, and I am so sorry that you're feeling this way. I'm so sorry that you're feeling this way, and I hope to alleviate or give some sort of guidance that can give you that spark and learn to find and love yourself again. So I'm sorry that you're going through that. I'm sorry that you feel that way, and I hope in one way, shape, or form I can help. So here we go. I'm going to read the question again because I was just covered in feels. So, whew. Okay. How do I learn to love myself again when I've grown to dislike myself so much? Losing myself in becoming a mother and wife has drained my self-worth, care, personal image. When I look in the mirror, I see a ghost. This has hit me hard, yo. This has hit me hard. This is tough. This is somebody really going through it. So, okay. I guess I got to start with this. Before you were a mom, before you were a wife, you were you. You are now a mother. You are now a wife. You now have these additional responsibilities. And it can easily take over. Being a super mom and being a super wife, or being a, and this can go across boards, guys. This could go across boards. If you're a super mom, if you're a super dad, if you're a super wife, if you're a super husband, whatever this may be, it can go across the board. All of these questions can, guys. How do you learn to love yourself? You gotta understand. You gotta go back to the place before you were a mom, before you were a wife. And it's not that you're gonna get back into the immature status. It's, you just gotta understand that you are an and. You are not just a wife. You are not just a mother. You are a human being. We are humans and we fall short sometimes. We get lost in all the day-to-day activities. When you are a mother, you are going from place to place, pick up, drop off, taking care of all of the needs that a kid needs, and it's so much. So the fact that you're bringing this up means that this is really, really, really tough on you. And you really need answers, and you want the change, and you want to make a difference because you love being a mom and you love being a wife so much that you're wanting to take care of you. You're going to put yourself first. Learn to love yourself by putting yourself first. Your kids are inevitably going to love you no matter what. They're going to love the most healthiest version of you. If you're stressed out all the time, guess what happens? We take it out on our kids unknowingly. If you're upset about somebody with somebody else, our kids can tend to get some of the energy. Even your husband or your wife or whatever it may be, guys. So here I would urge you to start with journaling and writing something down. Start by writing literally. Okay? Start by writing me on the top of this paper, okay? Start by writing me. And once you write down me, make a couple lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is, okay? Make 5 lines, right? What is you? Who are you? What do you like to do? What do you want to do? Okay? So if, for instance, you know that, oh man, I really love to dance before I had kids. And since I've been a mom, I haven't been able to dance. So then you're going to write dance on there. Okay? Boom. We got dance. Sweet. Okay? Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to write 4 more things. That's you. What you want to do, where you see yourself, where that future version of you that's happiest. What is the happiest version of you? Think of the happiest version of you. What does that look like? Where does that look like? What are the things you are doing? Are you dancing? That's a version of you. Is that of interest anymore? That's what you used to like to do. Is that still an interest? Cool. Awesome. It is. I haven't got to do that. Sweet. We're going to add that to the to-do list. Now you're going to add 4 more things. What do I like to do? What do I want to do? Once you got that list down, then you're going to go to your husband you're going to go to your husband because your husband's your resource. Your husband's going to be able to be that resource that's going to help you be able to accomplish finding you. How? You show him, hey, this is my picture. This is me. You're going to go, hey, husband. You're going to say that. You're going to be like, yo, this is me. These are the 5 things that are going to allow me to feel like me again. Okay? I sure as hell can tell you, if he truly loves you, he's going to be like, okay, those are 5 things you want to do? We're going to make time for that. We're going to do that. Whatever we got to do, we're going to make that happen. And you're going to, one by one, make time for each one of those things. You want to dance? Cool. Can you do that with your husband? Or do you like doing that alone? Sweet. Awesome. You guys go take a class. Cool. Before you had kids, you really like to snowboard. Awesome. Do you have gear now? Go out and buy some gear. Get ready for the summer. Get ready for the winter. Whatever it is. Write down these things. Find out what it is, the top 5 things that you want to do, where you see yourself, what that future self that is super happy, that is content with its relationship, that loves these things. Write it down. Put it down there. These are the 5 things that you're going to want to focus on. These are the foundational pieces that are going to allow you to start feeling like yourself again. Start to find and realize and recognize that you have more to you than just being a wife and just being a mother. And as you're doing these things, it's going to start introducing these feels, and you're going to start feeling good. And then that where you're at 10% towards your family and towards your husband and towards your kids, it's going to start to rise. You're going to start to be able to give more. Because things that you care about, the things that you were afraid of losing, are coming back to your life. Write them down, communicate, talk to your husband. Find out those 5 things, how you can implement those things. Start there. I know I've said this before. If you're looking in the mirror and you're feeling as if you lost yourself, and you're feeling drained, and you feel like you don't have self-worth, and you feel like you don't know what your personal image is, look in that mirror, tell yourself how amazing you are. Think about those 5 things that you're about to do for yourself to find yourself. Go out and experience the things that are going to bring you closer to being you. If you need just time to yourself sometimes, make that part of your 5. Make that part of your 5. Hey, in order to find me again, I do need me time. I do need me time. So how can you do that? Okay, cool. Bring it up to your hubby. Awesome. Sweet. I need a little bit of me time. This, all it is, 1 hour a week, 2 hours a week, 1 hour a day, whatever that is. Or, hey, when you get home from work, I need you to come home, and I need at least an hour to myself to where you just hang out with the kids and I'm able to just relax and decompress. And then just expect that you can also do the same thing for your husband. Because if you're feeling this way, he's probably silently feeling some sort of way too. So, as you're doing this experiment, as you're trying it out, find out if it's also a need of your significant other. Find out how you can compromise, how you can come together, how you can both be more than a husband and a wife, be more than a father or a mother. And when you look in the mirror, look how amazing you are. You made it this far. You've created amazing, beautiful kids. You have a successful marriage. There's a lot of people out there who don't. I'm proud of you for being vulnerable. I'd love to dive deeper more on this. This is a huge question that comes with multiple answers. So if your answer didn't get entirely answered on this point, please ask it again. I'll be able to dive a little bit more deeper. Honeybee says, I'm in this group of friends for a reason, and it wasn't just to get my Twitch out there. Thank you. You're amazing, Honeybee. Ow, ow! Marinara says, Honeybee, we love you bunches. Marinara sauce, meeting you few that I continually interact with has really gotten me out of the mental trenches. I love you guys. Right back at you, honeybee. You guys are amazing. The community is amazing. Thank you all so much. Marinera says, same here. We all struggle, and sometimes it just takes one person to say, I see you. It's true. It's very true. It is very true. I love that. Doug, welcome. Next question is, I'm extremely motivated and want to get I'm extremely motivated and want to get a really good career, but I don't know where to start or look. And I've never done a very serious job, just the casual 9-to-5 entry-level jobs. Marinera says, tearing up again on Motivational Monday. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. I want you guys, as I'm listening to these questions and I'm feeling these emotions that individuals are expressing, I'm a very empathetic and compassionate individual. When I hear something, see something, I feel it. If somebody had a loss, I feel the loss. If somebody's sad, I feel sad with them. I feel so much for every single one of you. And for you guys to be vulnerable enough to bring up your concerns, to be able to bring up some things that are happening through your life, whether it's publicly or anonymously, thank you for showing up for yourself. Jose smashing that follow button. Welcome to the Smashers. Boom, baby. Ow, ow. Sobbing gang, says Honeybee. I'm doing good, Jose. What about you? We're live across all platforms, guys. So if you hear me talking to multiple peoples, we're live on Twitch, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Kick, Abstract, Twitter X, you name it. Whatever is your favorite. Where are you from? I am from Michigan, the United States. Okay, here's the question again. I'm extremely motivated and want to get a really good career, but I don't know where to start or look. I've never done a very serious job, just a casual 9-to-5 entry jobs. So, Jose, just so you know, I know you're new. Today is Motivational Monday, so we answer questions for individuals who either put it in the chat or put it in our link in our Discord, which is anonymous. So the question that we're currently answering is the one that just came across. So I'm going to repeat it one more time and we'll go ahead and go into it. It says, I'm extremely motivated and want to get a really good career, but I don't know where to start or look. I've never done a very serious job, just the casual 9-to-5 entry jobs. So first, people go to college in most cases because they don't really know what they want to do or where they want to be. Or they don't have the experience and they just need to get some experience. So to me, as I'm reading your question and you're like, hey, I really want a good career, but don't know where to start. A good career is contingent upon so many different factors. A good career can look different to each individual. Good career could be a janitor position because it gives them more flexibility at home. A good career could be a Uber driver who gives more flexibility and has more family time. A good job could be being a vice president of some company that allows you to be able to get a great pay and be able to have a high role. So it looks different for each individual. So a good career could be different in my eyes than it is your eyes because your interests could align in different ways. I am a very much so life work balance type individual. I really love being with my family and I love to be able to support them. So in order to support them, I have to be able to kind of have a balance there. I love to spend time with them. I wouldn't choose going to work over going and spending time with my kids. I would rather spend time with my kids than go to work. So I need to make sure that I have a career that's going to support that. So it's good is dictating or is based off of what is convenient and best for you. If you are an individual who thrives in always working, well, that's a good career for you. You want to consistently be working, okay, 60, 70, 80 hours? Sweet, that's a good career for you. You're going to get paid. You're going to have all the resources you want. That looks different. For me, my ideal situation is a couple hours a day. You want my honest truth? I want to work 4 hours a day, period, Monday through Friday, have a lot of travel time, be able to like put in work, and also get tons and tons of time with my family. So it's going to look different. You got to find out, what is it you want to do? Well, how do you do that? By finding out what your interests are. Do you like to talk to people? Well, then communication is going to be probably going to be in the area of where you want to be. Okay, well, what does that look like? Is it a sales position? You like dealing with people? Is it a customer service position? Is it, hey, you care about the role, the title? Okay, well, then you know that you're going to be going to probably go to college for a high, bachelor's or whatever that may be. And then from there, okay, cool. You got that bachelor's. Now you can go head up to that higher role, or you start up your own business and you immediately start in that role. So there's multiple ways you can go about that. So I guess it's just, to me, is it does go different based off of what is a good career for you. What is your life balance that you're wanting? Are you wanting to have more time with your kids or family or mother or father? Or are you wanting to just be head down in the office, grinding it out, making money? You have that title, you have that role. Got to find out, is it title? Is it money? Is it family? Find a balance there. So you don't know where to start. I would start by finding out what's important to you. Do you care about family? Do you care about spending time with them? If it's no, and you really love to spend time in work, cool. Get a job that you're going to consistently be in the workplace. You're going to consistently be doing that. If it's something that you want to be with the family, do you want to start your own job? Do you want to work, part-time? You said that you're accustomed to the 9 to 5 entry-level jobs. Well, what's interesting to you? What is interesting to you? For me, I always knew I wanted to be an actor and a director. So naturally, throughout life, I was looking for opportunities that's going to allow me to do everything in the film industry in one place. Well, guess what? That's filming. That's filming this right here, this dream. I can direct, I can act, I can edit, I can do the lighting, I can do, have music playing. I can be my own lighting and camera and just all aspects of it. So this is perfect for me because I have the flexibility of being impactful and spending time with my kids. So find out what's important to you and go from there. What is it that you like to do? Do you need a balance? Yes or no? If you don't, cool. If you care about the title, go after the title. If you care about the money, go after the money. If you care about the flexibility, go after the flexibility. It's different. I can't give a general statement on that. Here we go. I love that outlook, says Honeybee. Marinara says, it was my question. I'm more lost because I have so many different skills. I don't know where to go. Okay, Marinara, there we go. So now we know a little bit of context. So I struggle with school too, so I'm nervous to go to college. Okay. Honeybee says, I was really sick as a kid and my family all expected me to go to med school. I did. Ooh, that's tough. You guys see that? Expectation, wanting to live up to what your family wants. Honeybee says, do what you feel is the best career for you? Marinero says, I really enjoy helping others. I think that's where I want to start, but definitely not in the med field. Yeah, so you like to help people. I love that. That's absolutely amazing. You're struggling with school, so school's probably not the option for you. Cool, I don't like school either. But I think it's an option for many, many people. But that's just me. I'm not a school type of person. Let's see. So, Marinara, I would just say, like, what is it? Yeah, Ben, once again, what is it that you care about? Do you care about the title? Do you care about the money? Do you care about the flexibility? If you love to help people, find a way to, you can either, there's so many aspects. There's so many roles that you can do. It's just what way intrigues you, what interests you, what gives you that spark. If you don't want the regular 9-to-5 entry-level jobs, create something. You know what I really like, Marinara? Is you're in the Discord and you're asking me to meet up with you and potentially have conversations to help other people, and I love that. It sounds like that's something that you're very much so interested. So how can you either create a nonprofit that's helping individuals? You can get grants that allow you to help individuals. It sounds like you really, really want to be impactful, and you can really, you care about making a difference and doing something that makes me proud. There you go. There you go. So I think it was amazing when I seen that you wanted to help somebody. That brings me joy. I love that our community's filled with that. It's very important. It's very important to have purpose and meaning. And you helping people gives purpose and meaning. Now, in what is riskable to you? Do you want to continue the 9-to-5 helping people, or do you want to create something on your own that's going to give you the ability to have that that flexible time and make that huge impact? I believe that you have the ability to impact many people. You have the heart. Jackson says, yo, what up, Jackson? Honeybee says, I love the med field, but really hard as an empath. You're trained not to care. And I'm just not that kind of person. I got in trouble the last medical office I worked on for spending too much time consoling a man who lost his wife the day before. My regular patients, I was crying. So yeah, and that the fact that you want to do that and you have that empathy and you have that compassion and you wanted to be able to make a difference for somebody who just lost somebody huge in their life, and that person, that entity, that work wasn't down for it, that just goes to show where you should be. Not there, but doing the same type of stuff, helping individuals get through some of the hard times that they're doing. You wrote a children's book that has a powerful message. Haven't been able to get it out there. Got scammed the first time I tried, so I got super discouraged. Do it on your own. Use ChatGPT. Say, what's the steps? How do I do this? I wrote this. I want to put it out there. What's the first steps? How do I make it happen? ChatGPT's got your back. Honeybee says, I'm so tired of scammers. I'll help you look. There we go. Let's go. Monkey Man says, hey, Epic, you're so cool. You're a cool guy. Yo, Monkey Man, you cool too, bro. Your headphones so cool. Yo, thanks, Jose. I appreciate you, bro. Okay. Any advice on how to get my foot in the door? Your foot in the door, was that the same question?
The career lead.
The career. Oh, okay. Yeah, so in regards to that, I mean, we're always doing awesome, amazing things that are helping people, and I guarantee in the future, maybe not yet, but I guarantee in the future we're going to be bringing people on. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm very excited. We have a lot of plans, and it's not a guarantee, but I would definitely see where we're going and find out, how you can be a part of some of the aspects, and eventually there'll be paid opportunities. I don't know what that'll look like, but I think it's really cool that that's where your mind's at. Honeybee says, I would love to buy a copy for Riker. Let's go. Awesome. Marinara, you could be doing Whatnots. You could be selling your book on Whatnot. That's just a thought. Jackson's back. RJ says, how can I build my courage to go up to people and be more social if I'm nervous? So if this is like you have social anxiety, right? Because there's people who have so much social anxiety that they can't go out and actually talk to people. Like it's hard. Like that's actually a fear, right? And if it's actually a fear, you got to fear a way out of it. Is it something that a fear you're wanting to overcome, or is it a fear that you're just willing to stay in? So the fact that you're bringing it up, which means that you're willing to challenge it. You're willing to go beyond that norm, and you're willing to go ahead and see if you can break those standards for yourself. So how can you build courage to go up to people and be more social if you're nervous? Easy. I've said it many times, guys. I've said it many, many times. And this is exactly it. Okay? If you want to build courage, you have to experience. Okay? If you want to build courage, you got to experience it. Not every social interaction is going to be a best interaction. I'm a very confident dude. I can talk to absolutely anybody. I can make it as smooth as possible. But even then, not every conversation is going to turn out the way you want it. You just have to put things in place that's going to allow it to give you the best outcome. So how do you do that? You surround yourself in places that you can actually have conversations about. For instance, I went to an event yesterday. It was called Live Golfing. Okay? Live Golfing. I don't golf. I like golfing. I don't golf. Last time I went golfing, I'm left-handed. Okay? My whole life, anytime I played golf, they've only had right-handed clubs. So I had to learn right-handed. So do you think I created interest in it as much? No, because I had to do it the opposite way. It was a little bit harder. So it wasn't something, I don't know players. I don't know the sport like that. I wasn't surrounded in an area that I can have that consistent conversation. So what do you think I had to do? I had to more listen than talk. I had to more learn than express. If I'm in an environment that I don't know anything about, I'm still going to have conversation, but I'm going to do more listening and asking questions than talking and expressing. So, for instance, I'm at the golf event, and there's a player called Bryson. I didn't know who this Bryson guy was, but everyone likes this guy. He's a great golfer, apparently. So what do? These people are like, yeah, Bryson. Yeah, go Bryson, right? I don't know who this guy is, but I go ahead and I get curious. And I say, hey, what's it that you like about Bryson so much? Oh, dude, he's like really cool guy. I met him at this one time. This is kind of what we went through. He was a really great dude. Awesome. So now there's a story behind it. I listened. I learned a little bit. Now I just spin it right back on him. And I repeat basically what the cat said. And I say, oh, okay, hey, so yeah, you got to meet Bryson. He was a cool dude. This was the moment. Like, that's awesome. Like, have you talked to him ever since? Like, have you seen him? Have you talked to him ever since? It keeps it flowing. I don't know nothing about golf. I don't know nothing about this player, but I'm curious. So if you're in an environment that you know nothing about and it's harder for you to have that type of conversation, get curious. Get curious. Ask questions. Don't be so direct on like, okay, I got to be the person who's always talking. No, you don't. You can be the person who listens, repeats, addresses, and gets that conversation going to get them talking. On the flip side, which is more easier, I'm just saying that I gave an example as in, hey, I'm in an environment which it typically wouldn't suit me because I don't know these things. Be curious, okay? What I would say for a success standpoint is go ahead, put yourself in an environment that you already know about, that you already thrive in. If you like Fortnite, go to a Fortnite event. If you like a certain sport, go to that sport. If you like ice, if you like rollerblading, go to a roller rink. If you like a certain anime, go to that anime convention. You're going to find people. You're going to see people who like what you like. You're going to find somebody who's your specific favorite character on that show, and you'll be like, oh, you're my favorite character. Oh my gosh, can we get a photo? You get a photo, and then it turns into a friendship. Start by being curious. Start by putting yourself in the right environment. Start by taking a breath, walking forward, breathing. Just breathe through it. As you go through it one time, it might be like, whoa, my heart. The second time, it's like, ooh, oh, hey, that turned out though. It was good. Okay. And the fourth and the fifth and the sixth. And then by the time you get to 100, Normal thing, baby. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing gonna stop you. You good at that point. Honeybee says, I like mini golf. There's a mini golf game we could actually all play together. We should play it this weekend. Like in Fortnite? Interesting. I typically don't play on the weekends, guys. The weekends is for my kids or for when I'm hanging out with my friends or whatever it may be. So weekends, I'm typically pretty busy. Monday through Friday, I'm typically available throughout certain times. So unless there's an event happening on the weekend, if there's an event happening on the weekend, usually I'll be down. But I do a lot of traveling. I do a lot of filming, so I'm usually not available on the weekends. But I think that would be if it's available throughout the week, I'm definitely down. Young Nugs sent out a heart. Young Nugs says, "Can you believe I'm super quiet in real life? Perfect example of this. I'm so loud on X." I love that, dude. I love that. Young Nugs is a legend too. Young Nugs is a legend, bro. So great to have you, bro. I love that example. Young Nugs, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you in IRL, bro. I'm definitely excited to see you in IRL. So that's a great example, guys. Is he's quiet in real life, but he put himself in an environment where he can actually thrive and talk, which is X. That's where he's comfortable. He's comfortable on Twitter X. He's comfortable talking. He's expressive. Put yourself in the right environment. Honeybee says, same. I had the majority come out of my shell for streaming. Oh, you had to majorly come out for because you're streaming. That's true. That's true. You have to. You have to. Young Nug says, yes, sir. Can't wait. My kids would be pumped to meet you. Let's go. We gotta find an event, bro. We gotta find an event. I'm in Michigan. Whereabouts are you, bro? All right. Great question. Okay, so I think we have any more? Where are we at?
7:30.
I know. Last one?
Up to you. Maybe that would save next week.
7:30. Last one. Last question is, how do you stay disciplined when no one is watching? That's good, guys. That's good. How do you stay disciplined when I think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of funny. But why do I think it's funny? Because it's like, well, you're going to stay disciplined when people watching, but as soon as people stop watching, you're not disciplined no more. I think that's funny. All right. All right. So, okay. My bad. Okay, so how do you stay disciplined when no one is watching? That's a great question, guys. It really is. It's funny, but it's a great question. Very real question though. It is a very real question. It's funny, but it's a real question. It's very, very true. It's very true. It's like actually a lot of people have this issue, but it is funny. I just like think of it like I'm in the gym or something, and it's like, oh, I'll hit those extra reps, and then as soon as nobody's watching, it's like, oh, I'm gonna do less reps. Like, no, that's the time you give more, bro. It's the time you give more. Why? It's more important to do. It's more important to be disciplined when nobody's watching versus when they're watching. Why? Well, bro, you rather show up for somebody else other than yourself? Come on. Somebody out there is putting in more work, and you don't see it. There's somebody out there putting in way more work than you, and you don't see it, but they're staying disciplined. So, how do you stay disciplined when no one's watching? Take yourself serious. Take yourself serious. If you're not staying disciplined when nobody's watching, how, when it comes down to the wire, how are you going to give it your all, bro? How are you going to give it your all? I guess my thought process on this is like, before I walk out the house, before I start my day, I have to do this routine. And if I don't do this routine every single day, I might fall off. I might lose discipline. I might lose a few days. I might get caught up in the daily life. But if I decide to just show up for myself every single day, even when it's hard, even when I don't want to, it's going to be easier to show up when people are watching. It's hard to show up for yourself when no one's watching. It's easy to show up when people are watching. Why? Because when people are watching, you feel like you're held accountable. It's a lot harder when you're solo, when you're by yourself, because you're like, hey, nobody's here to keep me accountable. I'm good. No. Love yourself. Show up for yourself. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. If you say you're going to do 12 reps, you sure as hell give your best. And if you can't lift that weight, you put it down and get something a little lighter and do it again. If you're not disciplined when people's not watching, what happens when you think they're not watching and they actually are? What happens? You just gave less. Somebody comes up to you, man, you could have done more right there. Damn, you seen that? Bro, come on. Show up for yourself. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. If you say you're gonna show up for yourself, show up. It's hard being disciplined. It's easy. It's easy to not do something when you tell yourself you're gonna. I tell myself I'm gonna wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Guess what? Sometimes I don't. It's true. It's true. But then I'm really hard on myself after that point. I'm really hard on myself after that point. If I don't do what I say I'm gonna do, I feel so bad. I start getting really tough on myself. To me personally, it's a lot harder for me to not show up for myself than show up when people are looking. I don't give a shit what people think. I don't care. I'm not out here trying to impress nobody. I'm not out here doing an extra rep because somebody's looking and they see, oh, dang, he's looking cool doing what he's doing. No, I'm in my lane doing what I'm doing, and if you think it's cool, that's cool. Show up for yourself. Stay disciplined for yourself. Consistency. How are you going to expect somebody else to show up for you if you can't show up for you? If you can't stay disciplined, how are you going to expect other people to stay disciplined? How are you going to expect them to? Don't have expectations of other people. Have expectations of yourself. That's it. Twix says, yo, what's up? You guys, today has been Motivational Monday. I freaking love you guys. We gotta bounce. I gotta go pick up my kiddos. You guys are bossy bosses to the max. We will see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. EST. Be ready. Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. EST. I will see you guys. Be cool. If you guys have questions for next Monday, make sure you go to the Discord. Put your questions in the link so that way you could stay anonymous. If you don't want to stay anonymous, put your questions in the chat every Monday, okay? You guys, catch you on the flip side. Ciao.